My name is Lenny Lang. I'm with a company called Easy Graphics. I'm going to walk you through how to run and mount your media. We're going to be running some media through the machine. I got high-tech in it again. And this is the bar. You bring it back toward you and you slide your pieces underneath it into the adhesive. You can run 12 and 12 through the 25-inch wide machine. You can gang them up. You got your lines here where you can line your stuff up to make sure they go in straight. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one out and I'm just going to run it this way. So we just run the one piece. We can kind of run it through. And what I do, I take the edge here and I seal it. Feather touch. I'm adhering this paper onto the adhesive, the sticky part here. I push this bar forward and this drops down to flatten out my artwork. I'm going to come to the side and I'm going to turn the handle clockwise. My pieces are done. I'm going to cut from the middle left, cut my piece off. Like the smaller machine, it has a cello topping on there. It's just a cello, so if you get wrinkles on this, don't worry, it's a cello peel off. And I'm going to grab the edge here and peel off the cello. Kind of peel this off, and I kind of hold that first corner down with my thumb. And this pulls off all the excess adhesive that did not go on the back of my print. I can peel this whole thing out and drop it on there. But again, when I use high-tack, I can peel a little bit off and I'm going to use it like a slip sheet. Peel a couple inches off. I can line it on my crop lines. So once this is down, it's a permanent adhesive. I'm going to pull the back sheet. Kind of seal it as I'm pulling it. Again, it's all acid-free, non-toxic, no smell at all. No adhesive coming out on the side, no bubbles. Perfect adhesive every time you run it through the machine. Whether you run slow or fast, everybody's going to get a perfect adhesive. This is permanent, and this will sit up in about 2 minutes. If I go to pull this paper off, it'll start pulling the board. It's a great high-tack adhesive. We're going to peel off the cello mask, which is protecting the top of my artwork, and it also pulls off all the excess adhesive that did not go on the back of my artwork. So I'm going to peel this off. And this is repositionable that we have on here. Peel it slow. We don't want it to drop back on my print. This is different than the high-tack. I can peel this whole thing off. And again, it's a perfect adhesive, no bubbles. Acid-free, non-toxic, and you can drop it down, seal it. What's nice with the repositionable, I can lift it back up, put it back down. I can reuse my boards, no overlap. The repositionable will stay down, it won't curl or come up. I've taken stuff off a board after a year and it left a little bit of adhesive on the board, but I can just kind of get it off with my thumb. But again, you can put this on a wall, a window, a door. Won't leave any residue on that. Very nice. Again, I'll peel it off here again for you just to show you. There's nothing on the board. Great reposition. We sell a ton of this stuff. We're going to be running some two-sided lam through the machine. This is a thermal lam. You can Sharpie on this, you can dry erase. If you have a poster image machine, you can run your images through it. It will not gray. Now we'll show you how to load it. Again, you match up your red dot and your green dot. Bottom roll it'll say, so I'm going to match it up here. Kind of flip it around. And I slide it in. I get my top roll. Match it up with the red dot and the bottom dot. Again, you always switch everything as a pair. And it'll slide in little grooves. And this will drop down. You're going to come to the front of the machine on the lam, and you're going to kind of grab at both ends of the bottom roll and you're going to pull out, go all the way to the ends, and you're going to kind of turn it and you're going to insert it between the silver bars and between the rubber rolls. You can kind of eyeball it here a little bit and feel it going in. Now I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to see it coming out the back. It's coming out the back, it's very clear. And now I'm going to come back to the front. And from the side, I'm going to tighten it up, this bottom roll. I'm going to take out the slack and take out any wrinkles that I may have, or as many wrinkles as I can do. I'm going to turn the handle clockwise. There's a lead here, so there's no adhesive getting on the roll sets. The Lam, there's adhesive holding your pieces together once you run them through, and I'll show you that. I'm going to turn clockwise and below this silver bar, I'm going to feel until I start feeling sticky. And they're sticky right here, which is what I want. I'm going to go to the top roll. It's like finding the edge of the Scotch tape. And I kind of start it, and I walk it real slow. Real slow. Because if you do it fast, you're going to tear it. Even sometimes I've torn it going slow. Then I go to both ends, all the way to the end, and I kind of pull it right up to the edge of the machine. And again, I use these two fingers. I keep it taut, and I'm going to fold it down to right underneath that silver bar and attach it to the sticky part. They're attached. I'm going to come to the back of the machine now. I'm going to turn the handle clockwise, and I'm going to, from the middle, I'm going to kind of guide it. You hear it snap a little bit. And you see I got a little bit of a wrinkle in there. I'll show you a little trick that I found. A piece of thin cardboard shaped like an arrow. You can use the boxes from your reams of paper, which is a real nice thickness to run through it. And I put this between the silver bars and between the rubber rollers. And I'm going to feed it through, and you can see what it does when it comes out the back. What it does, it moves the wrinkle to the side. You can even make this a little bit longer. And you can see the end of the wrinkle is right here. So I'm going to cut my piece off. Move a little bit out. Close the door. Done. We're going to put the topper back on the top. We're going to put the shelf back in. We always make sure this bar is pulled back towards us because our media is going underneath it. And again, we can run our pieces side by side, 2 by 2. We can gang stuff up. Run your pieces. When you're laminating, if you're running pieces side by side, you want to leave maybe a half of an inch in the middle and more on the sides, because if you leave a bigger gap like this, it'll tend to get wrinkles right here. So you always want to kind of keep that kind of close here. And again, like we did on the adhesives, I'm just going to run one piece. I put it in, line it up on my lines. I seal it because they're sticky here. The sticky is sandwiching that paper in between. I push the bar forward to flatten out on my artwork. I'm going to come back here to the back of the machine. Their pieces are coming out. I'm going to cut my piece off. I'm going to trim this out. The laminate is a 2.7 mil on both sides, so it's a 5/4 plus the thickness of your media. What's nice on this thing, you can flush cut right to the paper's edge. You can cut into the paper. It totally encapsulates whatever you run through the machine. You could put you could 3-hole punch it. You could put grommets in it and hang it. I'm going to kind of trim one side, then I'll cut it a little bit. I'll show you. It's a very nice lamb, and your piece will not separate. I can cut this piece right through the middle. And like again, you can Sharpie on this, you can dry erase on it. Your pieces will not come apart. It totally encapsulates whatever you run through it, so you're not going to get your pieces out of here like you would on a hot laminator. Very nice product. Thank you for watching the video on how to run and mount your media. If you should have any questions or concern, please call me, Lenny, at 1-800-279-8255. 888-294-4084 or email me at lenny@easygraphics.com. Thank you.